A man accidentally falls for his neighbor's beautiful wife. He wants to take her for himself, so every night, when the woman is about to sleep, he secretly takes a telescope, stands by the window and stares closely across the way, to possess the female neighbor as soon as possible. The twisted Simon quickly comes up with a foolproof plan. One day he pretends to need help, and makes a call to Jessie for aid. Kind-hearted Jessie never suspects evil intentions. She does not hesitate at all, and heads straight to Simon's house, ready to lend a hand. She never knows the moment she steps through the door, her nightmare begins. Right after she enters the room, Simon pulls out a blue dress, and says it is a gift he carefully picked for Jessie.
I had to buy it for you.
I can't accept that.
You don't like your present.
Jessie feels a vague sense of unease. Why would the new neighbor give her a gift? No one offers favors without hidden motives. She grows more uneasy and tries to leave at once, but it is already too late. When Jessie wakes up again, she finds herself in an unfamiliar place. Before she can figure out what is going on, an elegantly dressed woman walks over.
Who are you? My name's Robin.
Jessie is totally confused. The strange place and stranger woman fill her with fear. She tries to get away quickly, but Robin tells her. Only Simon knows the password. Angry Jessie tries to use the nearby phone to call police. Robin tells her again, the phone is fake. Jessie is utterly stunned. The window faces a wall sealed with cement. Escaping from here seems nearly impossible.
What is this place? It's okay. You're safe down here.
Angry Jessie refuses to give up. She goes to the door and shouts for help non-stop. Robin tells her no one outside can hear her cries. Simon hears the noise and comes down to the basement to check what is happening. Seeing the open door, Jessie rushes out without a second thought. To her despair, at the end of the passage, there is another locked door with double barriers. Jessie has nowhere to run. The sealed walls all around completely block out her voice. Jessie falls into total despair. Will she spend the rest of her life trapped in this airtight basement?
I do realize it's going to take some adjusting. It's going to be much easier if you just accept that this is where you're meant to be.
Soon Jessie's husband notices something wrong. His wife, who rarely goes out, has not been home all day. They argued the night before. He thinks Jessie is angry and went to her parents' home. He has no idea. His wife is already imprisoned by the neighbor next door. Chatting with Robin, Jessie finally learns Robin was once Simon's neighbor too. She has a good look and figure, so Simon took her as his captive. The difference between them is, Robin has long gotten used to this life. She no longer hates Simon. Instead, she falls deeper in love with him. Yet Jessie does not know. Their whole conversation is heard clearly by Simon via surveillance. Simon is pleased with Robin's obedience. He returns to the basement soon after, and gives Robin new clothes as a reward. He starts to tell Jessie to learn from Robin. When the doorbell rings suddenly, Simon checks the surveillance on the TV at once. He sees the visitor is Jessie's husband. Jessie slams on the door and screams for help.
It's gonna be thankful that this room's soundproof, as if it were.
And he heard you? Then I'd have to kill him.
Jessie is too scared to make a sound. As expected, Evan comes to ask if Simon has seen Jessie.
It's just weird she doesn't go anywhere without her phone. Maybe she went out exploring the neighborhood.
Yeah, maybe.
Unable to find his wife anywhere, Evan turns to his police friend for help, fearing his wife has run into danger. Even with professional police tracking, there is no trace of Jessie left. Just as Evan is hopeless and helpless, his phone receives a breakup text from his wife.
Dear Evan, I'm sorry. I thought moving would fix things, but instead it just revealed the bigger problem between us. I don't need any money. I've met someone who understands me and is taking care of me.
Reading the message, Evan breaks down completely. He thinks his wife is just throwing a tantrum he never expects. She wants to end their marriage over a small fight. Upset, he calls his friend to talk. He does not know Simon sent that text. Enraged, Evan decides to sell the house and move back to the city to see Evan off. Simon warmly invites him inside. Seeing her husband upstairs on the monitor, Jessie pokes the ceiling hard with a broom, but no sound travels up. At this moment, she sees Simon sneak a gun behind Evan. It is clearly meant for Jessie to see. Fearing for her husband's life, Jessie stops resisting Simon. She puts on the blue dress he bought her to show she fully submits. Simon is satisfied with her behavior. He believes he has truly conquered Jessie. He never knows Jessie's acts are just to fool him, waiting for Simon to let his guard down. Soon Simon is tied up. Jessie holds a knife and forces him to tell the door password. Robin steps forward and pushes her away. While the two women fight, Simon breaks free quickly and regains control of Jessie.
You need to accept it. This is your fate.
Late at night, Robin feels sorry for Jessie and comes to see her. She explains why she acted that way earlier. 5 years ago, Simon kidnapped another female neighbor next door. That woman was just like Jessie, locked in the basement. She resisted fiercely all the time. The result is obvious. When Simon lost interest in her, he killed her brutally right in front of Robin. This is exactly why Robin tried hard to stop Jessie. She cannot bear to watch another person die before her eyes. After Robin leaves, Jessie sinks into thought. Will she end up the same as that woman? What good will that do her? After figuring everything out, Jessie gradually obeys every word of Simon. She follows all his requests without complaint. 6 months pass quickly. The once stubborn and unyielding Jessie becomes docile and compliant. This change makes Robin jealous. Since Jessie submitted completely, Simon spends most nights in Jessie's room. Robin feels bitter inside. To win back Simon's favor, when Simon sleeps in her room, Robin tells him a secret about Jessie.
She told me today that she still loves Evan.
It takes longer for some people to move on.
I knew that. She told me that she's just pretending that she wants to be here. And she plans on trying to escape again.
Robin's words enrage Simon instantly. He calls Jessie out of her room to punish the liar.
Is a cancer for families. And cancers need to be cut out.
Simon already knows Robin is the real liar. Under Jessie's terrified gaze, the false accusation out of jealousy ends with Robin's death. Witnessing all this, Jessie falls into despair again. She never imagines her obedience leads to Robin's death. Meanwhile, police find a new clue. They learn Jessie took a call from neighbor Simon right before she disappeared. This may explain why she suddenly broke up with Evan. With this lead, police knock on Simon's door. They want to ask questions about Jessie's disappearance and ask for his cooperation. Before finishing his words, the officer walks into the house. Simon senses trouble and answers questions calmly. When the officer approaches the wine cabinet by the secret door, Simon panics greatly. This is the entrance to the basement. Afraid the officer will trigger the mechanism, he picks up a wine bottle suddenly and knocks the officer down from behind. Everything is seen by Jessie in the basement, yet her eyes show no emotion, as if she expected this all along. The sudden death of his police friend crushes Evan. He learns from the station his friend went to Simon's house to investigate Jessie's disappearance and met his end there. All these incidents make Evan figure out the truth. He rushes to Simon's house, hoping to find clues about his wife and friend. Simon watches him from the basement. He does not take it seriously at first. Evan searches around and prepares to leave. He smells a familiar scent.
Dad! I know you're here!
You lying bitch, you did this on.
He follows the smell toward the basement. Simon rushes out suddenly, grabs him and beats him hard. Trapped in the secret room, Jessie uses jam marks on the password lock to try unlocking the door frantically. She made the jam pie just for this moment. Simon finally realizes Jessie's months of obedience is a careful plan. Evan is overwhelmed in the fight. Simon lifts a wrench, ready to kill him. At the critical moment, Jessie cracks the password, but she is no match with a strong Simon. He moves closer and shouts threats. Jessie grabs a spray bottle nearby and fights back fiercely. In the end, with wisdom and courage, Jessie finally escapes safely. The twisted Simon is arrested and punished by law. The story ends here.